Hello dear students, we will do few more sums on EBIT EPS analysis today and on indifference point. So look at this question. Govinda Entertainers Limited has rupees 10 lakh shares of rupees 10 each with market price of rupees 50 per share. This is the existing capital that they have. It has also issued bonds of rupees 4 crores at 12% per annum. It is considering an expansion plan and needs to mobilize rupees 5 crores. So this is the question. It basically has 10 lakh shares of 10 each and 4 crore bonds. It requires another 5 crores to mobilize its expansion plan. So they have three options: issue of equity shares at rupees 40 per share, issue straight bonds at 10% per annum, issue preference shares at 12% per annum, or you can finance 50% with equity at rupees 40 per share and 50% with bonds. They've given you the tax rate and they've given the EBIT, that is 2.50 crores. So let's start with the solution. So first, working note on interest we will do. Now, as you can see in the question, already in the existing capital also it has bonds of 4 crore at 12% interest. So this is applicable to all the four options because this is already that the company has. It's not borrowing new. It's not thinking of this new 5 crores. This 4 crores is already there with them on which they have to pay interest. So we find the existing interest, and on the existing interest we have to pay it for all the four plans. So if you could just see here, existing interest 4 crores into 12%. 12% is the interest rate. So you get 48 lakh for all the four options. Now new interest. So just see, the first plan is an all equity plan. So there is no need of interest payment. The second plan has bonds at 10%. So 5 crore rupees bonds at 10%. So for the second plan on 5 crores 10%, the interest will be 50 lakhs. And if you look at the third plan, it is issuing only preference shares, so no interest. And the fourth plan, finance 50% with equity and 50% with bonds. From 5 crores, 50%, that is 2.5 crores, we have to finance with bonds. So if you see here, 2.5 crores, that is 2 crore 50 lakhs, 10%, 25 lakh is the fourth option interest. So in the second and the fourth option only we have new interest, whereas the existing interest will be applicable for all the four options. So if we add it, we get the total interest in the first plan 48 lakh, second plan 98 lakh, existing 48 plus new 50 lakh, third plan 48 lakh, and fourth plan 73 lakhs. Now we'll do working note on number of equity shares. So if you see the problem, existing shares, the company has an existing capital. Govinda Entertainment has 10 lakh shares of rupees 10 each. So 10 lakh are the existing shares. So we take that 10 lakh for all the four options. Now we'll see at the new shares. Now when we come to the new shares, we have to see which all options have equity shares. The first option is issue equity at rupees 40 per share, and full equity. There is nothing called as bonds or preference. So full 5 crores will be through equity. So if you see here, on full 5 crores, we are 5 crores, we are dividing it by 40 rupees per share. Total capital divided by per share value, you will get the new shares 12 lakh 50,000. In the second option, there is no equity. It is only debt or bond. Issue straight bonds at 10%. In the third case, it is preference shares. So second and third case, there will be no new shares. But in the fourth case, it is 50% equity at rupees 40 per share. So out of 5 crores, 50%, that is 2 crore 50 lakh, we are going to get through equity. And each share is 40 rupees. So that comes to 6,25,000 shares. So if we add this, we will get the number of shares. First option 22 lakh 50,000, second option 10 lakh, third option 10 lakh, and fourth option 16 lakh 25,000. Now we can start solving for EPS. So let's look at the solution of EPS. Okay, EBIT they have given is 2 crore 50 lakhs. So EBIT for all the four options 2 crore 50 lakhs. Less interest. In the working note, we have found interest for all the four options. So 48 lakh, 98 lakh, 48 lakh, and 73 lakh. If I minus it, you get the EBT From EBT, you less tax at 35%. So 35% of 2 crore 2 lakh is 70 lakh 70,000. 35% of 1 crore 52 lakhs is 53 lakh 20,000, and so on. You find 35% of the EBT. Once you minus, you get earning after tax. From earning after tax, we less the preference dividend. Now, if you remember in the question, first option had no preference shares, it was all equity. Second option was all bonds. In the third option, we had preference shares. So the full 5 crores we are taking through preference shares at 12% interest. So preference dividend is 60 lakh. And fourth option was equity and bonds, so there was no preference shares. So preference shares comes only in the third option. Once we minus the preference shares, we get the earnings to equity. And to find EPS, we do earnings to equity divided by number of shares. So number of shares, we have done the working note and got 22 lakh 50,000, 10 lakh, 10 lakh and 16 lakh 25. If we divide earnings to equity, that is 1 crore 31 lakh 30,000 with 22 lakh 50,000, we get a EPS of 5.84. Similarly, 98 lakh 80,000 divided by 10 lakh 9.88, 71 lakh 30,000 divided by 10 lakh 7.13, and 1 crore 15 lakh 5,000 divided by 16 lakh 25,000 7.08. Out of all these EPS, the highest EPS is at 9.88, which is option 2. So the company should go for second option, that is, it should go for issue straight bonds at 10% because that gives the highest EPS. They have said what more information is required if the market price is equity share is the criterion for decision making. So if market price is the criterion, we will require PE ratio to make the decision. It's called as price earning ratio. Only after they give us the price earning ratio, we can find the market price per share and we can take further decision. Okay, so this was the problem. Let's do the further problems. I have given you this to try it at home. One Up Limited has equity share capital of 5 lakh divided by shares of rupees 100 each. It wishes to raise further rupees 3 lakh for expansion cum modernization scheme. The company plans the following financing alternative, that is by issuing equity shares only, or rupees 1 lakh by issuing equity shares and rupees 2 lakh through debentures or term loan at 10% per annum. Here the percent sign is missing, it's 10% per annum. Or the third option, by raising term loan at 10%. Now term loan and debentures are one and the same. Debentures are the bonds that we issue to general public and borrow from them, whereas term loan is the loan that we take from bank and we borrow. So both are borrowings, so we should treat them like debt itself. And rupees 1 lakh by issuing equity shares and rupees 2 lakh by issuing 8% preference shares. So these are the four options. They have given the EBIT and they have given the corporate tax rate to be 35%. We have to see which alternative is good. If you look at the solution, first is only equity. So if you see the question, we did rupees 3 lakh for expansion. First option says full 3 lakh through equity. Second option 1 lakh equity and 2 lakh debentures. So second option 1 lakh equity, 2 lakh debentures. Third option full term loan 3 lakhs. And fourth option was 1 lakh equity, 2 lakh preference shares. So let's solve for EPS. EBIT they have given as 1 lakh 50,000. From this we less interest. Now if you see in the second option we have debt 2 lakh. So on that 2 lakh we have to take 10% interest. The rate given is 10%. First option it's all equity, so no interest. Second option 2 lakh is debt. On 2 lakh 10%, that is 20,000 interest. Third option there is a loan of 3 lakh. So on 3 lakh 10%, 30,000 interest. And fourth option is again equity and preference, so there is no interest. If you minus this, you get EBT, earning before tax, which is 1 lakh 50,000, 1 lakh 30,000, 1 lakh 20,000 and 1 lakh 50,000. Less tax at 35%. So if you reduce the tax at 35%, you get 52,500, 45,500, 42 and 52,500. From this we get minusing, you get earning after tax 97,500, 84,500, 78 and 97,500. From this you less preference dividend. First option is all equity, no dividend. Second option debt equity, so again no preference dividend. Third option is loan, so no dividend. But fourth option has 8% preference shares and the amount is 2 lakh. So on 2 lakh, 8%, you get 16,000. If you minus preference dividend, you get earnings to equity. Then we'll find the number of shares, which we'll do, which is the, if you see here, just a second. This is the working note on number of shares. Existing shares, the company already had 5 lakh rupees worth shares, each share of 100 each. So 5,000 is the existing shares for all the four options. Just see the question here. The equity share capital of 5 lakh divided into shares of 100 each. So it already had existing shares. Then now new shares. First option tells 3 lakh equity shares. So 3 lakh divided by 100 per share, you get 3,000 new shares. Second option says 1 lakh equity shares. So 1 lakh divided by 100,000 new shares. So third option has no equity shares. It's all about debentures. Fourth option is 1 lakh divided by 100 shares. So 1,000. So if you see, if I add it, I'll get the number of shares 8,000, 6,000, 5,000 and 6,000. The same I have used here as number of shares 8656. So if I divide earnings to equity 97,500 by number of shares 8,000, I get 12.187 as the EPS. Similar way, second option I get EPS of 14.08, third option 15.06 and the fourth option 13.58. So highest EPS is 15.06 and that is under third option. So the company should go for the third alternative, that is by raising term loan only at 10% per annum, which is giving the highest EPS. So this was the question I had given you to solve and this is the answer for it. Now let's go to the next problem. This is the third problem that we are doing. The existing capital structure of ABC Limited is as follows. It has equity shares of rupees 100 each, which is equal to 40 lakh. This is already there with the company. Like in the previous sum, we had already 10 lakh shares and the 4 crore 12% loan or bonds. Similar way, this is also the existing capital that the company has. Equity shares of 100 each, 40 lakh. Retained earnings 10 lakh, 9% preference shares 25 lakh and 7% debentures 25 lakh. Company earns a return of 12% and the tax rate is, or income tax is 50%. The company wants to raise 25 lakhs for its expansion project, for which it is considering the following alternatives. It wants to issue 20,000 equity shares at a premium of 25, or second, issue of 10% preference shares, or the third is issue of 9% debentures. The projected, they've given you the PE ratio. In the projected PE ratio in case of equity, preference and debt financing is 20, 17 and 16. So first plan equity, if you take, the PE ratio is 20, second plan it is 17 and third plan it is 16. They are asking you which alternative would you consider to be the best, give reason for your choice. So let's see how to solve this problem. First, I have done a few working notes. The very first working note that I am doing is, first we are finding how the capital is. We need 25 lakh. So first option says take full 25 lakh by equity. Second option says take full 25 lakh by 10% preference shares. And the third option says 9% debentures you can use and take full 25 lakhs. So this is how first option is all equity, second option is all preference, and third option is all debt. As I told you earlier, the company has in its existing capital structure, already it has preference, debentures and equity. So we will have existing equity shares, we will have existing interest and we will have existing dividend, preference dividend. So we have to take both existing and new. So first I'm doing working note on interest. First is existing interest. So if you see here, the company had 25 lakh borrowings. Yes, it's not clear. Like 25 lakh borrowings into 7%. So existing interest is 1,75,000 in all the three cases. New interest, now new interest is there only in the third option. First and second are equity and preference. So third option 25 lakh it is borrowing and the rate given is 9%. So only for third option 2,25,000 will be the new interest. So the total interest, first option 1,75,000, second 1,75,000 and third is 4 lakh. Same way we have preference dividend. Existing preference dividend, the company had 25 lakh rupees at 9% dividend, preference dividend. So that came to 2,25,000 in all the three options. Now new preference dividend will come only in option 2. If you see here, option 2 is all preference. So 25 lakh we are borrowing at 10% rate of interest. So option 2 will have new dividend 25 lakh 10%, which is 2 lakh 50,000, and option 3 will not have preference. So if we add all this, we will get the total preference dividend. So these working notes I have done so that when we do EPS, we don't face the difficulty in finding interest and dividend amount. The next is working note on number of shares. The company already had 40 lakh rupees through equity and each share of 100 each. See the question here, equity shares of 100 each, total was 40 lakh. So 40 lakh divided by 100, if I do, I get 40,000 shares. This is existing shares, so it will come in all the three options. Now we want it only for, now we want to find the new shares. So if you see, only in the first case, there is 25 lakh equity, second and third is preference and debt. So only for the first option, we will have new shares. So 25 lakh divided by 125. Now you might be thinking why we are taking 125, whereas earlier we have taken 100. If you look at this, the share value is 100, but here they have said issue of 20,000 equity shares at a premium of rupees 25 per share. At a premium of 25 means the share is of 100, but it will be sold for 125, 25 rupees more. When is this done? When shares are sold at premium? When there is too much demand for the shares in the market. Suppose I want to give 20,000 shares and there are 30,000 people who are demanding for it. Then I can sell my shares at premium, at a higher price. So only those who can afford to pay the higher price will get the shares. So the company is issuing the shares for 100 plus 25 premium. So if I do 25 lakh divided by 125, 100 plus 25 premium, I get 20,000 shares, and this 20,000 is also given in the question. See there, first option, issue of 20,000 equity shares. So you can directly take it from here also, or you can solve it like this and get 20,000. Second and third option are debt and preference, so there will be no new shares. So we add the number of shares, 60, 40 and 40,000 shares. So let's now find the EPS. To calculate the EPS, we need EBIT. Now they have not given us the EBIT value, but they have said that company earns a return of 12%. Now 12% on what? 12% on the investment. So if we see here, already the company has invested 40 plus 10, 50 plus 50. That is 100 lakh rupees. And it is thinking of expanding and raising another 25 lakh. So on full 125 lakh, we will find 12% return. Okay, if they would have given 12% return on its existing investment, then I would have taken only 100 lakh. Nothing is mentioned, 12% on what? So we will take existing plus the new 25 lakh, both put together. On that, we will assume company is earning 12%. So if you see here, I have taken 12% of 125 lakhs, which comes to 15 lakhs. So 15 lakhs is the EBIT in all the three cases. From this, excuse me, we less interest. So working note we have done for interest, 1 lakh 75, 1 lakh 75 and 4 lakh. We get EBT after minusing the interest. From that, I have less the tax at 50%. So 50% of 13 lakh 25 is 6 lakh 62,500. Similar way, 50% of 11 lakh is 5 lakh 50,000. We minus it and we get earning after tax. From this, we deduct the preference dividend. So that's also shown in the working note. I'm taking the amounts directly from the working note. Then we get earnings to equity after subtracting the preference dividend. Then we have to write the number of equity shares, which is again in the working note, 60, 40, 40. We divide both. So to get the EPS, so EPS is earnings to equity 4,37,500 divided by number of shares 60,000. You get it as 7.29%. Similar way, we divide for the second and the third option also and get 4.69 and 8.12 as rupees 8.12 as EPS. So if we have to decide on the basis of EPS, we would say that the third plan is very good because it is giving the highest EPS. But they have also given us PE ratio, which they say for the first option it is 20, only equity it is 20, and then it is 17 for second and 16 for third. See here it's mentioned the PE ratio in case of equity, comma preference and debentures. So for equity it is 20, comma for preference 17 and for debentures 16. So we can find the market price also when PE ratio is given. In the earlier problem also I told you to find the market price we need the PE ratio. So market price per share is equals to EPS into PE ratio. PE is nothing but price earning ratio. It means market price divided by market price per share divided by earnings per share. So they have given us the answer of market price divided by earnings. We have to find the market price. So market price will be equal to EPS into PE ratio. So EPS is 7.29 into PE ratio is 20. When I multiply these two, I get 145.80. Second case, 4.69 EPS into 17, 79.73 is the market price. In the third case, 8.12 into 16, 129.92 is the market price. So on the basis of market price, if we have to decide, we will select the first option because highest market price is there in the case of first option. So it depends, the company wants to select on the basis of EPS or MPS. If it is EPS, we would go for third option. If it is MPS, we would go for first option. Now those were the problems on how on the basis of EPS we find which option is better. Now we will do problems on indifference point. What is indifference point? Indifference point is that level of EBIT where the EPS is same for all the alternatives. That means here the answer of EBIT will not be given. You have to find that EBIT which will make EPS same for both the options. So one option may be equity plus debt, second option may be equity, debt, preference, all the three. So for both the options you have to make EPS same. Is that possible? Yes, at a level of EBIT you can make both the options EPS same. Here if you see, for all the three options in the previous sum, EPS was different. What they are asking you is find that EBIT which will make EPS same for all the options. So EBIT is missing. We have to find that EBIT which will make EPS same for all the options. So that is called as indifference point. That means there is no difference between alternative 1 and alternative 2. Both are giving same EPS. So what is that level of earning or EBIT, earning before interest and tax, that I should have, so that my EPS for one option should be equal to EPS for two options. Now this problems can be done only when we have two options, because we can compare the first alternative with the second. That is, we can make EPS of alternative 1 equal to EPS of alternative 2. If there are three options, then you can do problem for alternative 1 and 2 comparison first, then 1 and 3 comparison, then you can do 2 and 3 comparison. What I mean to say is at a time only two alternatives can be compared. So let us look at this problem and try to solve it. So how do we find the indifference point? If you look at the question, calculate the level of earning before interest and tax. So they're asking you to calculate EBIT at which EPS indifference point between the following financing alternatives will occur. So at which EPS will be indifferent. That means it will be same. So what is that level of EBIT which will make EPS same for these two alternatives? What is the first alternative? Equity share capital of 6 lakh and 12% debentures of rupees 4 lakh. Second alternative, equity share capital of 4 lakh, 14% preference share capital of 2 lakh and 12% debentures for 4 lakh. They are asking you to assume a tax rate of 35% and par value of equity share is rupees 10 in each case. So this is the equity value. So let's start it. First, for alternative 1, I'll find the number of equity shares. In alternative 1, we are having equity capital 6 lakh and at the end they have said each share of 10 each. So 6 lakh divided by 10, I get 60,000 shares. Now we'll not do it in the table form, but we'll put it in the equation form. So when we do in table form, first we do EBIT minus I. So EPS is equals to EBIT minus I. You multiply it with 1 minus tax, you will get earning after tax directly. So you did not minus tax and find earning after tax. Just multiply it with 1 minus the tax rate, you will get earning after tax. From that we minus the preference dividend and then we get earnings to equity, which we divide by number of equity shares. So the same table I have put it in the equation. Now we'll put the values here. We don't know the EBIT, so EBIT as it is minus. In the first option, we have 12% debentures of 4 lakh. So 12% is 0.12 into 4 lakh into 1 minus tax rate. Tax rate is 35%, so 1 minus 0.35 minus preference dividend. So there's no preference dividend in the first option if you see. So that is 0 divided by number of shares which I found here, equity shares. First we did this. So we got it as 60,000. This is alternative 1. Now alternative 2, again we'll find the shares. Equity share capital is 4 lakh. So 4 lakh divided by per share value is 10 rupees. We get 40,000 shares. So EPS will be equal to EBIT minus, in the second option also we have debentures, 12% debentures of 4 lakh. So 12% into 4 lakh. So EBIT minus I. Then we do 1 minus tax rate, that is 1 minus 0.35 minus preference dividend. In the third option, you have preference dividend, preference share capital of rupees 2 lakh. So 2 lakh into 14% is the preference share capital. If you see there, the rate also is given 14% preference share capital of rupees 2 lakh. So of 2 lakh, 14% will be the dividend divided by number of shares 40,000. In the first alternative, there was no preference shares, so dividend was 0. But in the second alternative, there is preference shares, so we have taken 2 lakh into 14% dividend. Now we will equate both of these equations, the first equation and the second equation. So EPS is equal to EPS. This is what is indifference point. EPS for this option should be equal to the EPS for the second alternative. So EBIT minus 12% of 4 lakh, if I do 48,000, it will come. 1 minus 0.35, if you do, it is 0.65 minus 0, no preference dividend, divided by 60,000 shares. Same way, EBIT minus, in the second option, 12% of 4 lakh, 48,000, 1 minus 0.35, 0.65, and minus preference dividend on 2 lakh 14,000 is 28,000 divided by 40,000 shares. So we'll solve it further. If I open this bracket, I should multiply 0.65 with this bracket. So I get 0.65 EBIT minus 48,000 into 0.65 is 31,200 divided by 60,000. Same way, I'll open this bracket. So 0.65 EBIT minus 48,000 into 0.65, 31,200 minus preference dividend 28,000 divided by 40,000 shares. Now we'll cancel all these 4 zeros on both the sides, 60,000, 40,000. So we'll get 6 and 4. So now I can cross multiply 6 and 4. So 6 you multiply with the second equation and 4 with the first equation. And if you see here, we had minus 31,200 minus 28. So minus into minus is plus. So these two will get added, 59,200, and highest number sign, minus sign, will be there as it is. So when I cross multiply, I should do 4 into this. So 4 into 0.65 is 2.6 EBIT. 4 into 31,200 is 1,24,800. Then now I should do 6 into this equation. So 6 into 0.65 is 3.9 EBIT, and 6 into 59,200 is minus 3,55,200. So now if we get the EBITs at one side and the amount at one side, we will get 3,55,200 minus 1,24,800 is equal to 3.9 EBIT minus 2.6 EBIT. So you get 2,30,400 is equals to 1.3 EBIT. Therefore, EBIT will be equal to 2,30,400 divided by 1.3. So EBIT is 1,77,231. So these were the 4 sums. Now this is the level of EBIT at which EPS will be same. So EPS will be indifferent. That means it will remain same. So this is also called as break-even EBIT, wherein your EPS will be same. So we'll wind up the class with this. In the next class, I'll continue with some more indifference point problems. Thank you.